Hey guys, it's Gareth at Cosmic Toys. Your one, your only, Cosmic Toy Man. Thank you for joining me for another weekly roundup of What Did I Buy? Here to show off this week's pickups. And I'm fairly sure you can see that there's some pretty cool stuff to show you this week. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this episode, and we'll catch you again next week. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and ring that ding-a-ling to be notified of future content. No, of course I am only joking. I thought I'd try something a little bit different this week. I normally spend an hour to an hour and a half laying everything out to show you it all before I start filming. So this time, I'm trying to cut down on some of the time I put into making these videos. It seems strange that I'm putting about 6 hours into a video that's 30-40 minutes long. So I thought I'd try and cut down the amount of time that I spend doing those videos. This is an experiment. Let me know what you think of it in the live chat, in the comments. Just let me know what you think of this so that I know if it's worth doing. Okay? Right, so the first thing that we brought in this week. This week's was strange, admittedly. There's only 4 graphic novels there. So we've got DC's Red Hood and the Lost Days. I couldn't tell you what it's about because I've never read it. Interesting looking artwork, I suppose. Doesn't seem to be much of him actually dressed as the Red Hood though. I don't know. One of the Ex Machina books, quite a random one here, volume 7. Ex Cathedra. Sweet Tooth, volume 3. Is it Farm Animals? Animal Armies. Yeah. And an X-Men book, volume 1 of this particular run, which this volume's called Primer. It's quite a recent one, and that's your artwork in that volume. I'm not going to be dwelling on these. I didn't buy this job lot for these. I had no particular interest in these. If he wasn't such a nice old chap, I would have told him I weren't interested and please keep them. But these I found quite interesting. They are Star Trek, the official fan club magazines. I've not seen these before. They might be absolutely worthless. I've got no idea. I did think that they were quite interesting. That, bearing in mind that this is a fan club, it's an official fan club, so you expect it to be better than some of the unofficial ones. I used to be in a Doctor Who fan club, the Doctor Who Appreciation Society, back in the early mid-90s, and the magazines they put out were nothing like this. These are really good, well presented magazines. Nicely illustrated, plenty text. Seem quite good. And you get behind the scenes with the films that were coming out at the time as well. These ones, do they have an issue number on them? I did look at the larger ones. I didn't look at these smaller ones. Issue 56 from 1987. 57. So 55, 56 and 57 we've got there. But then there's a bit of a jump because it goes to... Oh no, 58. It must be the later issues that I've seen. So it went from one of those to one of those. Again, these are sort of like your normal magazine size. But again, very well put together. It's a bit hard for me to flick through these and show you them. But very well put together. So this was at the time that the Next Generation was just starting. I thought these were far more interesting than the graphic novels that he brought in. And you've got interviews with the cast, LeVar Burton there, George Takei, William Shatner there. William Shatner continued. Lawrence Luckinbill. Cyborg, wasn't it? Yeah, Cyborg. So yeah, I thought they were quite an interesting pickup. So I don't know if they're worth anything. I didn't do any homework or research there, but I paid a tenner for the pile, and it included those. Also interesting to point out, got a Star Trek novel pin-up magazine. I'll let you have a quick perusal, and you can determine what it's for. And then you've got an official movie magazine for Star Trek For the Voyage Home. And a poster magazine for Star Trek 3 Search for Spock. Oh, this one seems a little more awkward to flick through. Possibly because it's going to go to big double page spreads and whatnot for posters. Official movie poster magazine, Star Trek 2 Wrath of Khan. That is actually a fold out poster magazine. This is how I remember poster magazines being. Flip it round. There we are. And another one for the motion picture, which is entirely possible that this poster for the motion picture is going to be more interesting than the motion picture. No, it's not, is it? It's quite a bland poster. A bland poster for a bland movie. Come at me, guys. Next thing in this week was some diecast. And this, I had another one of these not too long ago, and from the same person as well. Now, it's an JP Collectables American Muscle, and it's from the film Triple X, Vin Diesel film. Xander Cage's 1967 GTO. Let's see if we can get it out of the box for you to have a quick look at. There we go. Now, any eagle-eyed amongst you may be able to tell that the wing mirror is missing, or at least you might think it is. It was rattling around inside the box. It's right there, taped onto the side there. I decided that I would leave it there rather than glue it back in place, and then it's up to the new owner to decide whether or not they want it glued or they just want to put it into place. I'll put that one just in. Then there was some more diecast that was brought in today, and it's a set of 3 Back to the Future time machines. Now, it's not an empty box. I do have the model here. I've taken one out of the box so that you can have a look at it on camera. These are the Welly ones, 1/24 scale. Sorry, that's 1/18 scale. I didn't mention that. That's 1/24 scale. And this one is the one from the first movie. It does have this. You break it. It can just plug in and out. So it can be from most of the film or just from the end of the film. Gull wing doors open. Wheels turn. That's pretty much about it. The bonnet doesn't open or anything. We also have the one from Back to the Future Part 2. This one has opening gull wing doors, doesn't have the hook because it wouldn't do in this film, but it does have on the back there Mr. Fusion. Don't know if the wheels turn under. Not sure if they flip. And then there's also one from part 3. The conclusion. And as you can see, this has got the white-walled tyres from and the chrome hubcaps from that 3rd film. Pretty cool. Oh, I'm doing that out of order, aren't I? I need to be in the right sequence. There we go. There we are. Stay. Now, before I move on to some other things that I show you, I'm going to show you some things that I filmed several weeks ago, with the intention of including in the DC videos, and then I forgot. So to start with, I'll show you this one. It's a Superman Returns Kryptonite Shard prop replica. Here, take a look at this. DC Direct Gallery brings us this Superman Returns Kryptonite Shard prop replica. This is a limited edition of just 899, and there was only 1,000 made. One of the stunning features about this you'll see better if I turn the lights off. As you can see, the kryptonite glows. If I remove the dome, you'll be able to see it without any reflections. The on and off button is neatly hidden just here. So yeah, I think this is a pretty fantastic piece of kit. Next piece is the Justice League of America Trophy Room Series Back Cuffs prop replica. So yeah, take a look at that. And this is the Justice League of America Trophy Room Batman Back Cuffs replica from DC Direct. They are solid die-cast and make for wonderful display. Don't let this little fan-dabby-dozy back cuff back key fool you though. These are non-functioning back cuffs and for display only. They don't open or close. However, they do fold up quite neatly so that you could put them in your bat utility belt. And now there's another piece from the Justice League Trophy Room, Justice League of America Trophy Room. Oh, and I quite like this. It's the Green Lantern Rings prop replica. Take a look. DC Direct brings us this Justice League of America Trophy Room collection, Green Lantern's Rings prop replica. At the time, there wasn't a White Lantern ring, so that's not part of this collection. However, it does have all the others. And one of the lovely features of this piece is that it does light up, which might be better seen with the lights off. All of the rings are die cast with a lovely metallic enamel paint finish. This piece comes fully boxed with the certificate of authenticity, showing you its limited edition number 218 of 2000. Move that out of the way. So although this is one batch that was brought in, might take a while to show you them all. So this is a little selection of Hot Wheels that someone brought in to me. We've got a 55 Chevy, an 8 to 78 I was going to say, an 18 Dodge Challenger SRT D-Man in metallic blue, an 88 Jeep Wagoneer, a 55 Chevy Impala with black with green flames running up it, A metallic purple 64 Nova Wagon Gasser. It's a Supernova all over the front side of it. 62 Corvette Gasser, bright red with white livery. A Dodge Viper RT10, bright yellow, yellow with black stripes. This could be Bumblebee. We have a Batmobile here, which I don't have in my collection. We have a Batmobile here that I will never have in my collection. Because the Batmobile from the animated series should never be bright bloody purple. I am the Knight. Bright purple Batmobile with pink. Oops. We have a Batman Forever Batmobile in grey, metallic grey. We have a Cloak and Dagger car, so that's a Hot Wheels design. 18 Copo Camaro SS in white. 84 Mustang SOV, silver. Or dark grey, maybe. BMW i8 Roadster in silver. So you might be able to tell cars are not my thing. Tesla Model Y in a gunmetal grey. 71 Plymouth GTX, bright orange. Surfing School Bus, Gold Coast livery. Teal top and what? Dark blue side with light blue livery and whatever else. Here we've got a metallic blue 86 Ford Thunderbird Pro stock. A tuned twin mill in bright green. Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy black. Kind of. In fact, is that supposed to be carbon fibre? 84 Pontiac Firebird blue. Automobili Farina. Oh goodness me. Yeah, one of them in blue. Lotus Evija, like a wine colour. 1970 Dodge Charger, tuned edition. It does actually mention Fast and Furious on there. I don't recall seeing Don driving around in that version. We've got a 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser, Tri-5, yeah, Tri-5 Terra livery. We have a Fiat 500e in a metallic teal colour. Celero GT, like a grey colour. In fact, it's grey, just absence of colour. Badger Bison, oh my goodness me. I'm not even going to edit that out. We've got a Badger Bison T5. And then we've got 4 here from a set of 6, which is the reason why they're on these cards. Either way, whatever this bright orange card back series is, with number 53 written all over the cards, we've got a 69 Ford Torino Talladega, a 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger, an 18 Camaro SS, and one that looks like it would be the fastest of the lot, and that's what matters when it comes to Hot Wheels. We've got the Project Speeder. And all of them, when you push them along the road, they go brum. If you say brum. We had some Transformers brought in. Yes, I saw a few of you prick your ears up then. Now, this was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I forget the name of the pack, but you get Alpha Trion. You get Orion packs. For those who don't know, this is the guy who goes on to become Optimus Prime. And to go with Alpha Trion, because he has the key to Vector Sigma, you get Vector Sigma with a very convenient keyhole on top. Oh, they stand. Yes, they stand! From Transformers Prime, we have somebody's hair. From Transformers Prime, we've got Starscream. This is a Voyager class action figure. Transformers Prime, fantastic series. And the toys weren't too bad. Especially if you were lucky enough to get the first edition ones. This isn't a first edition. He stands. This one's a big one over here though. I'll give you a clue. Some of you know exactly what I'm about to bring over now. Some of you are no wiser. We have Transformers Legacy Menasor. So yes, this is made up of 5 action figures. You have your deluxe class, arms and legs, and I have to say, I personally think it displays far better with the legs turned around that way, so that you can see what the hell it's supposed to be. But that's not how it's meant to be. It's meant to have the legs the other way around, so I will turn them back round. And you know what? There's going to be some people watching that hate me right now. I've forgotten the names of everyone in it. Together they make up Menasor. The body is made of Motormaster. We have Dragstrip here. I think that's Breakaway. And I think that's Dead End. And that one's gone completely. But that's alright because I'm not selling them separately. It's Menasor and he's going to stay as Menasor. And last of the Transformers, we have a Masterpiece. This is an official one. I frequently get in the third-party ones, I get knockoff versions of the official ones. This is actually an official one. We've got Ultra Magnus here, for those of you who don't know who he is. I'm sure that most of you do though. It's quite a solid piece. It is what it is. It's not the most articulated. It's fallen out of favour with a lot of collectors now, but I think he looks quite cool. I think it looks quite good. He does have a hole in his chest. For those of you that didn't realise, there's a hole in his chest for the Matrix to go. But you were supposed to buy the Optimus Prime to get the Matrix. Now, something I wanted to show you last week, and I don't know if any Eagle Eye viewers noticed it just lined up here, ready to show you, but I never did. Was the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn replica baseball bat. And I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera because of the size and the shape of it. Now, apparently, according to the box, the baseball bat measures 32 inches long, and it says "Good Night" on it. It's an authentic replica baseball bat. And the thing I like about this, and I do like this particular piece, even though I didn't like this film, and I despise this version of Harley Quinn. But what I like about this actual piece is it came out around about the same time as the Negan bat, Lucille from The Walking Dead. That was a hollow plastic piece with plastic barbed wire wrapped around it. Now, I would never have expected it to have real barbed wire wrapped around it, of course, but I was disappointed that the bat wasn't a wooden bat. This was around about the same price as the Negan baseball bat. This is a proper wooden baseball bat. Do people use baseball bats over here in the UK to play baseball with? Or do they just get them to have in the house in case? Moving on. And I need to make space now. I need to make some space for this next batch. We have a bag full of action figures, because I desperately need action figures at the moment, especially Marvel ones. Let's get them all out, and then I can show them to you. I'll come back to you guys in a minute. So we have a Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Hulk from the same film. We've got Grandmaster from Thor Ragnarok. We have Cog. We have Thor. I think he's from the Dark World with the gold coloured trim on the armour. Yeah? Sorry. Oh. We have an Odin. There we go. And he comes with 2 heads. A Lady Sif. I can't help thinking every time I see this figure, and I've seen it a few times now, that shield is pathetic. What's this supposed to do? Of course, it means she's extremely confident. She comes with an extra. Well, she comes with a sword, and she comes with a double-ended sword. And we've got a. Yeah, they're not from Colorado anymore. We've got a Mystique from the X-Men movies. And she comes with a mostly transformed arm and a pair of fists. But we've got Valkyrie. I would imagine that that's her weapon. We have quite a cool looking Black Widow. We have a Captain Marvel. That's actually a really, really good likeness, I believe, of Brie Larson. I think the biggest problem with this figure in general is that it is Brie Larson. She comes with her alternate head, which is far better because you can't see her face. And comes with alternate hands as well. So she can wave or do karate chops. We have an Iron Man. Kind of looks like a cross between a film version and a comic book version. He comes with his open pandies. And his happy fisting power pandies. And then we also have a very cool Stanley figure. No accessories for this one though, unfortunately. Excelsior. Well, he stands up. Typical of all the ones that I can't get to stand up, it's the one that can't stand up in real life now as well. We've got a DC Multiverse, the Mattel DC Multiverse, Batman vs Superman Batman. Or could it be a Suicide Squad one? Is there a difference? There's that one. We have Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad movie. The first one. Again, that's a DC Multiverse version. And then from there's DC Movie Masters. We have Bank Robber Joker from The Dark Knight. I love that. I do love that. Brilliant figure. And 2 of his goons from the same film. Fantastic. Now we have also some Star Wars Black Series from the same collector. We have, I don't believe that this goes with this figure, so this character. We have from The Last Jedi, Mary Sue. Everybody's favourite perfect character. Sorry, I mean Rey. Rey, not Mary Sue. Is there a difference? From the sequels, we've got General Hux. He could be from either Force Awakens or Last Jedi, couldn't he? I suppose technically Rise of Skywalker as well, but... Also from The Last Jedi, we've got DJ. Find it amusing that this figure has to be labelled as Canto Bite, so that we know that it's the Canto Bite version, and not one of the other many versions of this character that they've released. From Force Awakens, cutscene, that has never made it to the final film, we have a Snowtrooper. I suppose you do kind of see them when he's addressing thousands of troopers, those little white dots. Some of them are supposed to be these guys. From the Solo movie, we have Kira. Again, she was labelled as being in a Corellian outfit, so that we could tell it apart from all of the other versions of this character that they did not release. And we have a Range Trooper, which doesn't seem to have his weapon, but there is a weapon here, which I suppose we can have. I don't think that's it, so. Very cool. And then from the Clone Wars, we have Commander Fox. Pretty awesome. Surprised they don't just release that as a holiday edition because it looks like a candy cane. And we haven't finished yet with those. We have Winston Zeddemore. We have Ray Stantz. We have Egon Spengler. And we have Peter Venkman. Put them together, and what have you got? The guys you're going to call all 4 Ghostbusters. And they will be getting sold as a set of 4 as well. What else is in this bag? We have 3 Diamond Select Tron figures. We have Tron himself, Infiltrator Finn, and Sark. Reach forward so you can see him a bit better. You know, I might not waste all my time trying to stand these up, leave it a little bit more awkward. We'll see if I can do it. Oh, no, maybe I will. Is this? And then we've got some. These are so heavy. That's it. Already got his there. That's it for that bag. We've got some of the Elite Disney Store action figures from Rogue One. Star Wars Rogue One. We've got Baze Malbus. Now these are solid die cast. They weigh a ton. They're not as accurate as the Black Series, but that's because they're made out of metal. And they're a pain to stand, which is why they come with stands, I believe. So Baze Malbus, we've got Jyn Erso. And we've got Captain Cassian Andor. Now, something that these figures do tend to suffer with because they are die-cast, and because they can be painted to stand up and can take nosedives, is they tend to chip off. The paintwork tends to chip off quite easily. And these ones are all in really, really good condition, which is fantastic. Except this one who's missing his stand. Condition's great though. We've got K2SO. But one thing that Star Wars consistently continues to get right is droids. They're always quite cool, they're always fun. No, I've just remembered the one from Solo. L3. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Excuse me. Now there's just one more piece left to show you. I said I was saving the best till last. And I don't care if you disagree, this is the best. Ho 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 ho, yes. Yes. I had one of these when I was a kid. Now the box has been opened, the toy has been out, so I don't mind taking it out of the box to show you it. Put that down there for now. So I'm going to let you have a quick fly around of the box. Because technically this is now a vintage piece. 30 years old this year. 30 years. So yeah, it's in really, really nice condition is this. Really nice condition. As you can see. No tears. Very, very, very minor wear. It's the corners. I'll say no tears. There's a tiny, tiny little bit there. An inch. An inch. Love that alone, that sticker there. Advertising Quick Save brings back so many memories. I remember going shopping there with my mum. Yes, so in fact, I'll stick this up here out of the way. You can go back over there now. Close this door for you. T-Rex. There we go. Just look at that. Yes, it is an official piece. It has the JP on the leg. Now, this guy, when he was first released, he roared, and when you banged him down, he made a stomping sound. And of course, as soon as I took this out of the box, that was the first thing that I tried. And it wasn't making any noises. So I got my screwdriver out and I jammed it into his crotch there, because that's where the battery compartment is, and saw that it had no battery. So I put a battery in, screwed his crotch back in place, and felt for his little metal rib there behind the skin. Did he work? He does! He does work! And he stomps. And he stomps. There we go. He did it on a hard surface. This hand's harder. There we go. And something else that made me smile so much with this was the fact that inside the box there was still the trading card that this toy came with when it was new. Because every one of the Jurassic Park toys came with one of these trading cards. And this is the one that came with this T-Rex. And I remember having that as well. There we are. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything for this week. I hope you've enjoyed. And I hope that there might be something there that you'd like. And if there is, come on down and see me or drop me a line. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye! Now the guy I bought it off is a regular guy. In fact, all those Lego sets you've seen in the past, he's the guy who brought those in. He'd never put batteries in it, so he'd never actually tried it to see if it worked. And he had one when he was a kid. And you should have seen the pair of us like little children beaming in the shop at the roaring and the stomping of this toy because of the amount of memories it brought back independently for both of us. Absolutely fantastic. And that is what toy collecting is all about. And don't let anyone ever tell you any different.